studies show that women are really good with trading because we're very systematic and we're good at we follow risk and we take the lessons a lot better, right? We're not trading as much sometimes out of ego or like what was it? There was this survey that I read one time about how men apply for jobs that they're underqualified for, and women tend to apply for things they're overqualified for. And so that little bit of difference, like confidence obviously does help in trading, and that helps men a lot. But because we're playing it safe a lot, that can help us in a place where we're playing it safe. So it's definitely a trade-off, and obviously these things are blanket in general, so it doesn't apply to every person. But generally speaking, we are good with risk, and we tend to follow our systems very well. And we're not going to take those same L's for 3 years before we change it, I've taught men before who were like, I've blown 20, 30 accounts, and it's like they're bragging, and it's like, I mean, I've had some large losses or losing streaks along the way, but I couldn't see myself doing like that many accounts and just, I don't know. I'm not changing my system. I don't know.
You have a better like emotional control.
Yeah,
and,
we tend to.
As you said about being maybe more the risk tolerance as a more of a focus.
Right.
And main thing you mentioned there, which is the ego. I mean, it's a big difference.
We all have it for sure. So we're not going to be able to skip that. And I don't even think, to be honest, ego is fully a problem. It's just just like everything, you just want to have it under control. So you just don't want it, because I have heard. Well, actually, I've read, Ryan Holiday's book, Ego's the Enemy, and I do read a lot about psychology and things like that. I think it has its purpose, just like all things. But you don't want it to have you being reckless, and then you're not changing your strategy. You're going to have a very long, miserable trading career.
That's it, yeah. That's very true. And what challenges have you faced, if any, being a female in the trading space, especially as transitioning into sort of funds, actual funds?
Right. Well, I've definitely had men that have wanted to take advantage of the fact that, you want to be in the industry, you need to do these things for me and whatnot. I try to advantage power plays, and I just don't entertain it. Unfortunately, I have seen other women that have, and that's their decision. For me personally, that's actually what I love about trading, is that it's a numbers game, and the market doesn't care about who you are. The world might and people might. The market is a numbers-based, results-driven system. So to me, the market doesn't care that I'm a female. I show up and I trade, and I have numbers. So regardless of whatever anybody thinks about me, my numbers reflect, who I am, or at least in trading. So,
that's great.
So I've always loved that about trading. So, sometimes even men who maybe previously might have not wanted to work with women have been like, well, dang, she's like the best, kind of like, need to give it a chance, kind of. So I do feel like sometimes maybe I obsessed or overcompensated, like in my setting and everything that I did, because I felt like I was representing a lot of women. So I did put a lot of pressure on me that I technically put on myself. But I also like to be the best in general. So I guess a lot of that was that too. But yeah, I've definitely faced some of the adversity of people trying to leverage their position, or being like, if you want to do well in this, trying to leverage power play, but I just don't entertain it. And I feel I'm fine with like leaving a place if I'm not appreciated, because ultimately I know that I perform. So, I'm not going to sit here and do extra or beg. Like, it's just not my style. I wasn't raised like that. So
I think is the best thing you said there for sure was in regards to the market. The market has no bias.